and welcome to the second Anchor Light meditation for the United States, Monday. And so before we start, let's ask for a blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, to all the holy archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, personally to my teacher, Master Chua Kok Sui, Mahagu Jamailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, help, healing, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, so I hope that you were able to join us for the earlier lecture and meditation. And the focus there was constancy of aim and effort. Again, I know some of you go, I've heard that so many times. You're just nagging the heck out of me. Well, let's put it this way. You know, there are a lot of people out there that are very smart, have all the talents, have all the resources, but somehow they can't be successful. And then you have people there that barely have any talents. They maybe don't have resources, don't have much connections, but whatever they have a drive to succeed, and they don't stop. So what's the difference? These people have the will, constancy of aim and effort to be successful. I'm sharing that with you because that's one of the parts that oftentimes we're on the spiritual path we forget. And to just kind of put it all together and give it some spiritual context, you know, you are a spiritual being occupying a human form. And that human form encompasses of a physical body, an emotional body that creates emotions, and a mental body that creates thoughts. And within those three aspects, or the three bodies, if you will, are also the three powers. Actually, that's not the right term. Let's just say three characteristics or properties, three aspects. So you have love, intelligence, and will, right? You're a being of divine intelligence, you can think, you can process information, you're a being of divine love, you can feel, you can share, you can nurture, you can also do the opposite. And you have the ability to move your body, you have the ability to direct your emotions and your thoughts. That ability to direct or focus is called your will. So your willpower is there for you to either start something, stop something, and or keep things going. And that will aspect is what I want to focus on today. This morning we talk about, write this down, with constancy and intensity, you can conquer anything. Right? Constancy, you just keep going, and you just wrap it up and just keep going, right? You need both. Constancy, that means you keep going, but if there's no fuel, you can only barely get there. No, you want to focus, you want to keep going, and you want to put the pedal to the metal, as they call it, down the accelerator. Now, so that's the will aspect. And tonight I was doing some meditation, and I was reading some of the Chinese proverbs by Lao Tzu. And, I came across something that's related. And he said, knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to open up that treasure. And that's why I was looking at the image and go, oh, maybe that practice somebody playing the piano, because I've watched people, I've seen my daughters play piano. Man, I've known people who played, it's hours and hours and hours. I mean, they know the keys. Don't ask me about playing an instrument. my extent of talent in playing an instrument is playing the iPad or the iPod. That's it. But I watch them, and I'm looking at them, and I know people before who are, fantastic pianists. They know the keys, they know the song, they know do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and the order that it's put together, and that's all so if you play music, I apologize. That's all I know. All right? Anyway. In other words, they know the knowledge. They have the knowledge. They studied it. You have the book open with you. You read it. But what makes a difference? What's the difference between someone who's, let's just say average player to a concert pianist? Years of practice, right? In other words, they know the material. They both know the piece. But the key that unlocks it to be great compared to so-so is what? Practice and dedication. the force of the will to keep going when you don't feel like it, right? And another example we use is the chef, a cook. If you dump him a cookbook, a regular person who says, "Oh yeah, I know the recipe." You give it to a chef, "Oh, they know the recipe." Somehow you put him in the kitchen. By the time the food comes out, normally the chef is like, "Oh, this is different." Why is it different? Well, they have their special touch to it. Instead of a pinch of salt, it's a pinch of salt with a little juju, whatever. But what you don't realize, in order to have that skill to personalize it, it requires years of sacrifice. Years of sacrifice. And if I look at our daughters before trying to be good pianists, they could be partying, they could be watching TV, they could be doing something else. No, they sit there going. I'm looking, I'm going, that's not my skill. So I say, "Oh, hey, you guys are good. You can do that." I watch people who are good at, playing instrument. They go, "Man, I tried playing the piano." It's like, after I practiced, left him, go, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna do that." I remember trying to learn the guitar. I was like, and not to mention, doing the same thing over and over again. What the heck is that? That's so boring. Then someone told me, he says, "You used to swim." Yeah, I used to be in a swim league, swim team. "Weren't you bored? All you see is water." Yeah, but I have to do it because I have to keep going back and forth on this just box with water in it. It's going from one end to the other, going back and forth for hours because I want to win. So I know that exactly how many strokes to get to the other end. When I touch it, how to turn the right way so that, those microseconds make a difference from here to there to win. And somebody says, "How come you're not bored? How come you say you're bored with using an instrument of playing piano? Well, isn't that even more boring? You're just going, playing anything?" I go, "Yeah, that makes sense." Then I think about it. What my other classmates were going out, partying and doing anything, I'm in the water. While they're going out and watching a movie, I'm in the water. Then I realized, looking back, it's the same thing. The pianist, guitar player, whatever, you want to be good at. In my case, that time, I don't want to settle for number 2. I sacrificed. So I'm sharing this with you because, it's easy to say, "Oh yeah, practice makes perfect," and so on and so on. No, it's continuous practice that makes perfect. It's doing and keep doing when you don't feel like doing that makes you better. Yeah, but I'm already better than everybody else. But in reality, the champion is actually not competing against anybody else. They're competing against their past self. In other words, if you want to be good, you want to be better, you want to be best, you have to keep wanting to be better than your old self. That's your real competitor. Ordinary people compete against other people. The super achiever is competing against their old, better self. Oh, that's an inspiration. No, it's not. Let's put it in terms of spirituality. Before, I can only have meditation time of 10 minutes. After that, my legs get sore, my back gets sore, my mind starts wandering. But hey, that's still 10 minutes better than before. I used to, but after 5 seconds, my mind wanders. Okay, good enough. Then your next goal would be, I should be able to experience stillness half an hour. Wow. From 10 minutes to half an hour. Okay. So that's my goal. Boom, boom, boom. You get there. Once you get there, you won, right? Hey, I did it. You know what? That's the old goal post. That's the old goal. Now you strive for longer. 45 minutes. An hour. Or here's another one. It used to be, this sounds bad, but you can relate. Somebody irritates you. They can talk to you, scream, yell, and do whatever stuff to trigger you, right? Before, after like 10 seconds, oh yeah, you're also some of this and quote daughter of that, or whatever crap comes out of a person's mouth when they're upset. Now, you're able to be calm and not react for about 5 minutes. And then you slap them. No, I'm kidding. At least there was 5 minutes, better than a few seconds. You know what I'm talking about? Then you go, okay. Next time, I'll sit there, I'll stand there for whatever, 15, 20 minutes and not react. And you notice, wow, amazing. You know, must be all those meditation, all that stuff. I could actually stand there and not be upset for 20 minutes. Well, after 20 minutes, it's getting to my nerves. Hey, that's still improvement. So that's now your bar. Right? And then you keep getting better and you go, actually, I could stand there and this person screaming, yell. I just, sit there and feel compassion at the same time, ignore them at the same time, two sides of the same coin. That's better. You're already there, right? Then you go, what could be better? Well, yeah, at that time I didn't react, but afterwards, man, I just think about after they left or after I left, it's like I couldn't sleep that night because it irritated the heck out of me. So I was like, oh, okay. Now that's the next bar. To be able to not react at that time, and then after the event is over, actually have peace, tranquility, and not even think about it anymore. Be really able to move on. Okay, that's my next bar. What am I talking about? You have the knowledge. In that same example, okay, I'm able to observe and not react. Be able to control my emotions, my thoughts. Good. What's better? Always think, what's better? What's better? You keep raising the bar, and so you keep improving. That process of keep raising the bar forces you to do one thing. Practice. You know what you need to do. That's the knowledge. But how do you make that knowledge real? You practice. In other words, you go, okay, I'm going to do forgiveness technique. I'm going to do cleansing. I'm going to do meditation. I'm going to make a note to myself that next time this happens, if this person irritates the heck out of me again, I'm going to practice compassion. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. What are you doing? You're practicing. I know some of you say, that's so tiring. Well, to be very direct, that's what separates people who are successful and the ones that are almost successful in anything. When do they give up? The ones who are successful, they don't give up. They keep going. They keep practicing. Now, here's the beautiful thing about this. Once you understand this, it gives you the motivation to practice. Because if you say, oh, this is my end result, I really want to have that inner peace. I really wanted to have that emotional control, mental control. I wanted to have that expansion of consciousness. If that is your goal, we talked about this before, that is your why. Why do I want to practice? I want to practice because I want to get here. Before, why am I going around in this box, ginormous box of water, going back and forth, boring, swimming laps and laps? Why? Because I want to win the gold medal. For me, that was important. So because of that why, I practice hard. Simple as that. Now, if you're playing the piano, and the only reason you're playing because your parents are watching you, come on, I paid a lot of money for that expensive piano, and then I got you a tutor or a teacher that I'm paying this much per hour, so you better just sit your ass there and practice. That's not going to last. Because your why is to just shut your parents up. True? Not true. So the practice has to be led by a strong, compelling force. Why? Why do you want to meditate? I got nothing else to do. I might as well listen to this Chinese dude yak about whatever ancient crap. See you next lifetime. Don't waste your time here. But if you notice, hey, I want to be better, I want to be more compassionate to others, I want to be a pillar that people can lean on, I can help other people. If that why is strong enough, then you will practice. Because you think about it. I remember many years ago, some of you can remember, if you don't know about something, you have to go to a library, go through whatever, if you can find the book. And if you can find the book, I mean, realize, I remember when I was doing research in elementary school, every time you want to research on a topic and find out of something, you go to the library, sit there, and you pick up this book, oh yeah, and you're writing, taking your notes on books that are 10 years old, right? And so, oh yeah, I need the latest thing. So what do? You go to this microfiche or whatever it is to find that something that's the latest information. Maybe 3-4 weeks old. That's already new. These days, you want something? Pick up your phone, Google it. So there is no lack of knowledge. Everything is accessible. True? Okay. So how come with the same amount of body of knowledge that's available to so many, how come there are more people that are more advanced, people are more successful than others? It's not the knowing. Write it down. It's the doing. Right? It's the doing. I know this, I know that. Okay, who's doing it? The ones who are doing it and doing it well, better than anyone else, are the ones who are successful. Isn't it? You've been listening to me for what? A lot of you who joined us for 2 years something already, about that you are the soul, you are a spiritual being occupying a body, an emotional body, and a mental body. These are basically your vehicles to this earthly journey. You're probably so tired of me repeating it over and over again. So you have the knowledge. The question is, when there's a crisis in front of you, are you using that knowledge? Are you practicing that when somebody's insulting you, actually sit there, you know, these are not my thoughts. They're actually the person's thoughts, so I should not let it invade my my energy. And also to think about it, if they're really that upset and angry, there must be a reason for it. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they just had some disappointing news. Maybe they have an illness, or maybe I just happened to be in front of them when they just had a blow up with their spouse, so they have all this anger that needs to explode. Or maybe it's karmic. Maybe it's a reason. There's a lesson I need to learn. So instead of being angry and upset, maybe there's a way I can show compassion towards this person. I'm just playing it out for you. What are you doing? You're practicing. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, not the thoughts. You're the soul, the spiritual self, going through an earthly journey, and understanding that person who's upset with you is also a spiritual being going through an earthly journey. It's just that they have terrible spiritual amnesia. So they get angry and upset. So why should I allow myself to go down to their level when I've studied all these things? I have all this knowledge that I am that I am. Well, okay, show it. Get the idea? It's not what a person knows. It's who can access that knowledge, which all of us can, and be able to use that knowledge and practice it. So when you say practice is the key, it's taking that knowledge and putting it into action. Part 1. Part 2, be able to continuously do it over time. So we teach this in Arhatic Yoga, not to everyday people who have not taken the higher classes, but I'll share this with you because I think this is one of the biggest insights my teacher shared with me. So why don't you write this down? No extra charge. Like I'm charging you, right? Write this acronym down. These letters. U, R, P, M. So if you guys are, wherever you guys are on social media, type it up for everyone, will you? Because sometimes they don't understand my accent. They think I'm speaking Martian or something. Well, sometimes I do, but you'll get it in a different frequency. All right. URPM. U stands for understand. Understand the lesson. Understand the teachings. That means sharpen your mind and study. Very, very important. Number 2, R. R stands for remember. What's the use of knowing everything, but when you need it, you don't remember it? Right? I think I'm too direct for you guys, right? But that's how my teacher was with me. Sledgehammer technique. Maybe I'm denser than you guys are, but that's worked for me. Direct approach. So number 1, you understand the teachings. Whatever you're studying, whether you're studying spiritual teachings, you're studying, I don't know, military manual, studying how to be a better chef, better parent, whatever it is, you have to understand it. R means remember what you studied. P, you already know, stands for practice. You guys typing it down for everyone else? U stands for what? Understand and know. That's what it is. Understand and know the teachings. R stands for remember the teachings. P stands for what? Practice the heck out of it. And I'm sure you figured it out. M means what? Master it. Eventually. Whether this lifetime or the future ones. So I use this as a way to remind me. When my teacher taught it, I go, I'm going to remember that. Understand the teachings. Remember the teachings. Practice the teachings. Eventually master it. Aim to master it. Now, let's break it down a little bit. I'll give you a very simple example. Understand and know the teachings. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion. I'm not the thoughts. Okay. Somebody insults me. Oh yeah, you're also a big whatever. Just nothing wrong with your understanding. You know you're not the body, emotion, or thoughts. You are a spiritual being using this body. But when that situation happened, you did not remember that you're not the body, the emotions, the thoughts. So therefore, you have the ability to control your fist before it touches the guy's face. You have the ability to control this mouth to say, oh yeah, you're also a big fat piece of scum. Isn't it? Well, yeah, but I couldn't help it. So that means you forgot the teachings. No excuse about it. You understand it, you know it. I am that I am, I'm this, I'm not that, whatever. You know that. But when it comes time that's in front of you, you forgot. So if you forgot, how could you practice? If you cannot practice, well, forget mastering. Isn't it? I know for some of you sitting there, you're squirming. I know. You go, why does it have to be hit so direct? Believe me, when my teacher was teaching this in class, I'm sitting and going, is he talking to me? Is he talking to me? Is he talking to me? He's not talking to me. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just sharing with you that has something that has really made an impact in my life and the lives of all the students we've taught over these years. Man, this is my 30-something year. I started in 19 or 18. Oh, that's a different lifetime. 1988, pranic healing. It's that many years. And to this day, I'm so grateful for all those years that my teachers dump all this information on me, including the sledgehammer that came with it. Because he taught a lot, and I do my best to share this with you, to understand and know. But it's so important to remember it. Not only remember it, and remember and know it, but remember it at the right time to allow you to practice. Nobody ever said it's easy, but you know what? Even if we don't master it in one lifetime, we keep going. And I remember my teacher used to say, Master Cho used to say, do you know why the higher beings keep sending great teachers over and over again and pretty much teach the same teachings? Because humanity forgets. They sent a great teacher how many thousands of years ago? A few thousand years later, humanity screws up again. Well, this is my version of his, what he says. So the high beings, God has to send another teacher. And guess what? Everything's doing great. The teacher's around, give the teachings. Humanity evolves, and they forget again. They screw up. So another teacher has to be sent again. So it's our nature. You go, oh, then I'm screwed then. No, but as we evolve, you learn the teachings, you understand the teachings, then it's easy to remember. Repetition, right? Remember Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, he learned from Jim Rohn, I think. Repetition is the mother of skill. Repeat, practice. Remember, practice. You do it over and over again until it's instilled in your physical body, emotional body, mental body, which manifests as your nervous system. So I remember watching Tony when he was talking about this in UPW, and also Date with Destiny in different. If you haven't attended this event, you should. He says, "I've trained my nervous system." You know, most of you know what I'm talking about. And I'm sitting there listening and go, "Wow, that's sheer genius." What he calls the nervous system is basically the integration of the physical body, the emotional body, and mental body. But try saying that to everyday people, they're gonna go, "You weirdo." But he says, "It's your nervous system. You train it." Go, that's exactly what you're doing. And who's the trainer? The soul. So anyway, I think you get the point. So knowledge alone is not enough. Execution and practice is just as important. So as Lao Tzu says, knowledge is a treasure, but the key to unlock that treasure, to benefit from it, is practice. Shall we meditate? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahagu Jimeling, we thank you. Thank you for the blessings of love, light, power, guidance, help, healing, and protection. Thank you for blessing us with the inner strength to continue our spiritual practice. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. Right, so we will do meditation on the Great Invocation. You know, we try to alternate. These few days we've been using meditation twin hearts a lot because we need to activate the heart and crown. More divine energy comes down. Of course, the Great Invocation does that. But that awakens a lot of the love aspect within. The Great Invocation awakens the will, love, and intelligence, the three aspects. Okay? So, you guys ready? Tap your crown. Put your hand like this. Focus on your crown. Repeat after me. I am that. I am not the body. I'm not the emotions. I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. I, the soul, am the master of the body, the emotions, and thoughts. At least that's what we aim for. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. I am that, the soul. Just be still. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spark in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Okay, just be still. Allow your awareness to go beyond your body. Or just simply be still. It happens by itself. Remember who you are and your true essence. A spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine willpower. Just be still. Just be aware of the inner stillness in your true nature. Just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. We are all beings of light, beings of spiritual light. Now just form the intention or imagine that all of us are inside the big bright sun. Just say we are one. Our souls are one, our spirits are one. We are one with all the great spiritual teachers. We are one with all the holy masters. We are one with God. We're one with God's presence in the sun or the solar logos. We are one with all. Just be still. Now open your hands in blessing. Just say we are one. All of us are inside the big bright sun looking out into the solar system. And we're going to focus on beautiful Mother Earth. Let's chant Om 3 times to open up the ginormous energy channel, like a portal, a brilliant light pouring down to the earth. Om. 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 From a point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth. May all be blessed with divine intelligence, with wisdom, with understanding, and discernment. So be it. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love stream forth to the entire earth. May all beings be blessed with divine love, with kindness, with mercy and compassion towards all beings. So be it. Bless every person, every being with divine love and kindness. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the holy masters and spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. May all be blessed with the will to do good, not just talking about it or intending it, but taking action to be of service to others. The will to take action to do good, so be it. May all be blessed with divine willpower. From the center which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, let love, let power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore and manifest the divine plan on earth. Now, so be it. Now just be still and just let the blessings of love, intelligence, and will pour down to the entire earth now. Let's do it again. We are one. Our hearts are one. Our souls are one. Our spirits are one. We're one with God's presence in the Son, the solar logos, or the central spiritual Son. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. May all beings be blessed with divine intelligence, wisdom, understanding, and discernment. So be it. Just let the blessings of divine intelligence flow through us, blessing all beings. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. May divine love, mercy, and compassion fill the hearts of every being. May all be blessed with peace, love, and kindness. So be it. Visualize the nations that are at war, people who are having conflicts. Bless them with divine love, with kindness, with forgiveness. So be it. So be it. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the holy masters in the spiritual hierarchy or the inner government know and serve. May all beings be blessed with the will to do good, the willpower to do anything to help others, to be of service to the world, the will to do good. So be it. From the center which we call the human race and all the other races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth and manifest the divine plan on earth. Now, so be it. Just be still. You might feel tingling going through your body. You might feel a weight. Just let the blessings flow through us. We are just the channels and the pipelines to bring love, intelligence, and power to all beings. So be it. So be it. Now, for the third time, all you have to do is be still and just imagine a beautiful point of light above your head. Put your attention there. As I say the great invocation, the energy will just flow where it needs to. Just be receptive. From a point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From a point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. May God's messenger of love descend on earth now. So be it. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters in the spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth. Now, so be it. Just be aware of that brilliant light above your head. Everything will happen by itself. From the center which you call the human race and all other races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth. So be it. So be it. So it is. But just be still. Let's chant Om. 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 Gently lower your hands on your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just keep gently looking at that brilliant light above your head. And be still. And so it is. Let's give thanks. Slowly come back to your body. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahaguji Mailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, help, and protection, and thank you for this opportunity to do world service. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. Okay, slowly open your eyes. I think even if you're not sensitive, you would have felt a blast of energy. We kind of cranked it up a little bit. And also, we're kind of harnessing part of the energy generated. It's still flowing from the full moon from yesterday. And so that's why it's quite intense. So I hope you guys are all right. Please leave me some comments. Let me know if you're okay. If you're still, you're not on the floor, that's a good sign. All right. So I think if you're sensitive, you would have felt a shift in the flow of the energy. And that's what we want. That shift is actually your soul, let's just say, having a deeper realization of itself. Okay? Now, just a quick announcement. Most of you know this already. Next Monday, the 24th of January. Yesterday during the full moon, I said it's February. Actually, it's January. I was spacing out. It's January 24th evening. We're having a workshop, introductory workshop on the inner teachings of Buddhism, together with pranic healing. A lot of people don't realize that Buddhism is, first of all, it's not a religion. You know, as we always say, the Buddha was not Buddhist. But you also have to understand there are different teachings. There's always inside or inner and outer teachings. And for the ones who are new, I'm sure you have heard of Theravadan Buddhism that's being practiced, let's say, in Laos, in Thailand, right? They take the teachings of the Buddha literally. And then you have Hinayana. Hinayana, the word Hina is lesser, Yana is like the vehicle. Okay, that's also practiced in those areas and also in China, in Japan. And then you have Mahayana, the greater vehicle. So Mahayana goes into more of the inner aspects, the deeper teachings. And I'll go to that on that day. And then as you keep going, then you start learning about the esoteric Buddhism. Esoteric or the secret tradition, that usually involves Vajrayana. That's where the teachings of Guru Padmasambhava when he brought Buddhism to Tibet. And the defining line is when energy is being used. So pranic healing or Hatha Yoga comes from the Tibetan tradition. That's why the first thing you do when you met me or when you met someone in pranic healing is what? Okay, we're going to do meditation, twin hearts. Feel the energy first. Boom, right there and then. You come into class, first thing you just feel energy. And then you realize, oh, the soul is energy. That goes into the deeper teaching. So if you want to know more about that, join us for that free introductory class. It's not going to be open, like, it's not going to be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, none of that. It's going to be a closed room. That's why I can speak freely. Okay, there you go. You're already so direct. Well, if I know that we have a qualified audience, I go deeper. And so you're all invited. It's going to be, again, just in case you didn't see it, January 24, evening, 7 p.m. Same time where, like 1 hour, like now, next Monday. All right? And, of course, the actual class itself, that's in the introductory. If you decide you want to take the full class, it's a full day. That's going to be on the February 19. I can see it with the schedule here. Anyway, most of you have seen the scheduled events. So it's available. Now, regardless if you take those classes or not, I'm always here for you 6 times a day. No, 6 times a day. 6 times a week in Anchor the Light. And of course, next week will slightly change because I'm traveling to Florida to be with Tony and with a breakthrough challenge. If you haven't signed up yet, it's free. Just look for it on the net. It's there. It's going to be amazing. All right. We will see you Wednesday for Anchor the Light. Remember, constancy of aim and effort. We keep going. We keep going. Knowledge is not enough. Practice is the key that unlocks that treasure. That treasure of knowledge. Namaste, everyone. Y'all take care, and we will see you Wednesday morning.